and people grow apart, and many find out that after many years living together, the glue that really kept them together was the children, or they had separate lives in terms of their careers. And let's say the husband was at work and the wife was at her own job or staying at home. And then you find your spouse retired and you're together, and you find that you have nothing in common. The commonality, the children are gone, and whatever you thought you had in common in terms of mutual interests may have waned. And in those cases, if you can't find a new glue, which of course you can always try to find new commonality and start developing new things together, because life brings you opportunities to do new things every day. So if you can find things that you can grow together from scratch, that's wonderful. You can always do that. But if you have grown apart to the point where you no longer have the ability to communicate or to create new things and to build excitement as a couple, then you might be better off leaving. But I always say, a very, very important decision you should not make in haste. Something that you need to evaluate very carefully before you make that decision and any difficult moves like this.
Do you find that children, although as loving and caring as parents are to them, do you find at times that they're used as a crutch, or maybe used as an excuse to extend a relationship that maybe should have ended sometime earlier?
You mean like parents saying, I'm staying for the sake of the children, even though the kids are grown?
Absolutely.
Some people do that. And I think some people, like you said, it's a crutch, it's an excuse not to accept the reality. It's so much easier to project the blame on somebody else. But I find it that kids sometimes understand what's going on, even though parents think their kids don't realize they're struggling in the marriage, or they don't get along, or that they're not a good fit. Very often kids say, my parents should have gotten divorced. My parents should have never gotten married in the first place. And everybody would have been happier if they had split up. I think parents underestimate the insight of their children. And I'm also finding that oftentimes it is the kids that say to the parents, enough, you've been taking so much crap from dad. He's being abusive. And perhaps because of a generational difference, they don't realize that the dynamics are toxic, and it takes the kids to point it out. So there's just so many nuances to this type of situation that there's really no one size fit all.